Let's draw cyborgs.
It's time for another Go-Go Rocket Sheep.
Hello and welcome to the Cyborg edition of Go-Go Rocket Sheep. We're going to be drawing easy, medium, and hard mode cyborgs, and it's pretty late at night and I'm a little tired, so hopefully this goes well. I think it's going to go well because I really like drawing robots and cyborgs and androids and all kinds of like any of that stuff. I really enjoy it, so hopefully you can follow along. Pause if you need to. It's going to be good.
Easy mode.
Okay, so a cyborg is like half human, half robot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw a person first. Let's just go with a basic kind of tubey stick person. So this is the head, and then there's the neck, and then we'll do an arm out like this, hand, and then an arm like this, hand, and then legs down, knees like so. All right, so we have our easy mode stick person. So what we'll do here is we'll chop into this head here. Oopsies, not chop in, but we'll cut into this circle to make it more of a like this. There we go. Now okay, we're going to divide this person in half, and on this side of the person we are going to be making that into a robot, like with electronics and stuff, and on this side it's going to be normal. So we'll do an eye, and maybe we'll do a metal plate that goes like this, and then a mouth, and then maybe a sort of like a half of a headphone thing, kind of like that. And then this is just an eye. He's gonna be like, whoa. So I'll put a regular ear over here and some hair. Nice. Then maybe the neck is gonna be like a robot neck, like that. And then let's have a robot hand like this, a pincer like that, make that a tube. But this one is just going to be a regular arm, so we just, instead of making it like a direct tube, we go blip blip, connect that, and then connect that like that. And then the hand, the wrist is going to be on the hip, and then there's a finger, and make these just like regular fingers. Maybe our robot should be wearing a robot. It's a cyborg, not a robot. Maybe it should be wearing a t-shirt. So let's put a big metal sort of shoulder thing on here, and then what we'll do is the t-shirt is ripped on this side, but on this side it's normal. It comes down like that. Nice. Like so. And then let's have him wearing shorts like that. Not bad. Maybe a belt with some buckles. There we go. So this is going to be a robot leg, and then a robot foot. Maybe like that. Just adding like circles and stuff, right? And then this one is going to be just a regular old shoe. Boop, boop. Nice. And then leg, a little knee circle, and the calf comes down like so. Maybe our little cyborg dude needs to be wearing a backpack, so we'll add a backpack. And yeah, it's not a bad looking cyborg. It got a little more complicated than my easy modes normally get, but hopefully you could follow along the steps. We just started with Stickman. Well, actually it wasn't really Stickman, it was like this. kind of like a little puppet dude, right? Hand, and then hand, and then we just added details. And yeah, so you can actually make some pretty complicated drawings just by starting simple and adding stuff to it as you go. So yes, this easy mode got really complicated because I really like drawing robots and cyborgs and just stuff like that. So I got a little carried away, and sometimes I forget that even though I can kind of just go fast, that I need to give better directions. So anyway, if you feel discouraged because this one wasn't very easy, just know that you shouldn't feel discouraged. It ended up being pretty complicated, and you can always pause the video and rewind and just do whatever you need to take your time to follow along the steps, because, you know, as you can see, I think it turned out pretty sweet. It's looking pretty cool. There's my easy mode cyborg, which admittedly got a little more complicated than I usually make my easy modes. Medium mode. Okay, so for medium mode, I thought I would draw, we would draw Teen Titans Cyborg from a reference photo. I have a feeling it's actually going to end up being easier than the easy mode, the medium mode. But anyway, let's go. We start with a circle, like so, and then we do a rectangle, like so, then a little rectangle down there, and then 2 lines down with kind of teardroppy shapes, right, like that. And then, yes, okay. So now that we kind of have, oh, and then we put a box over here, a box over here, and then another teardroppy shape over here, and a teardroppy shape over here. So we have our basic shapes for Cyborg. So then we go like this. Flatten the top of the circle, flatten the bottom of the circle, and then make a curve around. Now keep in mind, I am looking at a reference image because I don't draw Teen Titans a whole lot, so I don't know what I'm doing. I need to look at the reference. So then you bring a line down the middle, split it in half, cut it over here, and then jet it down like that. And then we draw a circle here. That's his one eye. And then an eyebrow up here. And then another line that cuts across like this, with a square that ends up over here. And I'll just clean up some of this eraser a little bit so that you can see what's going on. So this is the cyborg half of Cyborg's head. Then draw another circle over here, and then a dot in the middle for pupil, the other eyebrow up here, and then he's got this sort of like little chin strap and a big old smile. Oh, I forgot the nose. The nose goes like this. One, so kind of a pointy down thing, like that, and then a curve on each side, like that. There we go. Now the mouth. Big smiles. So we're gonna go down. That's one tooth, and the bottom teeth go like that. Nice. Okay, so his neck comes down like this, and then it curves like so, and then you add another curve like this. That would be his. This is his skin. This part's the skin. This part's the metal. Okay, then we have his chest, which comes like this, comes down, and comes down like that. And it mirrors on this side, so down, and down like that. Then, in the middle of his chest, he's got a square with roundy corners, and then this cuts up like that. And again. Nice. Then it cuts down like that. And there we have his chest. Let's keep going down here. His torso comes like this. Rounded around. Like so. And he's kind of got this belt. So it cuts around like this. And then there's a little jut in. Like that. So I'm just going to erase. Take a minute and erase. So that you can see what's going on Feel free to pause the video as you need. It's easy for me to go fast because I'm not trying to follow anybody. I'm just kind of making up the instructions as I go, looking at this reference image. So there's his kind of abdomen, the torso. Not bad. Let's do the legs. So at the top of this little teardrop, we're going to do a rectangle like that. Same with this one. Little rectangle. There we go. Then we need to do a rectangle right there and a rectangle right there. So we split this rectangle in half and we go do a little upside down castle, little jaggities. So split it in half, upside down castle. Nice. Okay, then we have this teardrop here. We're gonna go along the backside like that. Nice. Backside like that. Little rectangle with a dot in the middle. And last but not least, we have to do from this little square, line down, line up, and bring it around to the curve. So let's do that over here. Starting here. So line down, line up, and add it to the curve. Then the easiest part of the legs is we take this line and we add another one. It attaches right there. Boop. And boop, boop, boop. Nice. So there's his body and his legs, and now we just got to do the arm. Now the shoulders. You'll notice I always start at the top, kind of work my way down. I think that's because if you get the head right, that's good, and then you can just add the body as you go, right? I'm also looking from a reference, so I'm not like making this up as I go. I'm just trying to replicate what I see as best as I can. Okay, so you have this teardrop shape here. This is going to be one of the arms. So we cut it in half, and we jut it up like that. Like that. There we go. We do a little band here, a little strip. Okay, and then there's a little line that comes down like that. And then we do a thumb, and then we do the rest of the hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then we attach it to the shoulder just with a simple line. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna erase and clean up some of that. Now we do the same thing over here. So the shoulder, we start with this line down there. Jut up, jut down, and then bring it up, and then up and over and down like that. So we're gonna erase all of that. And on this side, we'll actually like that. So you'll notice on this shoulder is behind his chest, right? And on this shoulder, it's in front of the chest. So then we do the same thing we did over there. Cut the teardrop in half, add the little top part, do the band, and then add the thumb, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers, and then we add the tube, which is his arm. So there are our pencils for Cyborg. Not bad. From Teen Titan. Gotta make his head a little more the right shape. His eye comes over that a little bit more. Not bad. Let's sync it up and color it up. So I love drawing off of a reference, especially other people's cartoon characters, because I just find it so fascinating how they assemble the characters, and especially animated characters, because you have to simplify it down quite a bit so that you can draw it over and over and over and over again consistently and also quickly. So characters like Teen Titans Cyborg, as opposed to like the comic book Cyborg, it's really cool to see how they designed him relatively simply. You know, they don't even actually shade him a whole lot, and he looks really cool. There's our medium mode Teen Titans Go Cyborg. That was super fun to draw. My favorite part was actually these little details here. It's supposed to be, I think, like circuitry, but all it is a white line on top of the blue color. Especially looks really cool on the head there. Oops, wrong one. There it is. I'm really happy that turned out. Anyway, I think that looks pretty cool.
Hard mode.
Alright, it's getting pretty late, so I should probably wind it down. But there is my hard mode cyborg, which I drew off a reference of just a regular old photo. I just Google searched face. This person came up, turned him into an android. It's kind of fun. Not an android, a cyborg. There's a difference between an android and a cyborg.
Extra credit.
So for extra credit this week, you have two options. First, you can either do a digital drawing of a cyborg, that'd be awesome. Or second, take a picture of yourself and draw it from reference and then turn half of you into cyborg you. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Art you sent in.
Thank you so much to everybody who sent in their art last week. If you want to send me your art to gogomachrocketship@gmail.com, I will put it in next week's video. Or if you're not really big into email, you can always just tag me in social media and I'll find it that way. Thanks again so much for drawing with me, and we'll see you next time.